Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
In this video, we're going to review some of the upgrades we've made to Heknbak here. We shared all of those in a video about 2 years ago, but we thought it might be interesting to tell you what we think about the upgrades and the purchases we made now that we've been driving around with them for 2 years.
Yeah, we've added a few more.
Yep, and we've added a few more, which we'll share at the end.
So this morning we're at our tiny house that we're still working on. We haven't moved in yet.
So if you missed the video, we're selling our 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and we're moving into a 388 square foot tiny house. But before we move in, so we're doing that so that we can retire a little bit earlier. That's going to allow us to retire within the next couple years, and it's going to free up time and money for
travel
and adventure and exploration, which you're really excited about.
Yes.
Can't wait to start traveling. But there's work that needs to be done.
Work to be done.
So
that's what we're here for today.
Yeah, so we're going to be tearing up some concrete in here. We'll share
more.
that in a future video. We'll kind of give an update. But let's get into the...
Let's get into the truck. We're going somewhere?
No, we're not going anywhere yet. Let's get into the upgrades.
Upgrades. One of the first upgrades we did was a rough country leveling kit. I'm pretty sure it was a 2-inch kit in the front and then 1 inch in the back, but we didn't put the ones in the back springs maybe yet. We've got airbags that we're going to install in the back. I didn't feel comfortable tearing apart the front end, so I had that done by a professional. Mainly due to the vacuum operated hub lock, which I think is pretty nice on the Fords over the manual lock, because you got a manual lock, the tire has to rotate to engage. With the vacuum it engages it that way. My son had a problem with his. He got stuck and he couldn't move, and so he couldn't get the 4-wheel drive to lock in. So the tires we put on it and the wheels were purchased online. Yeah. I don't remember what the
custom wheel offsets. Custom
Offset Wheels, I believe, is the company website. Got on there. Gina picked out off-road gear Dominator wheels, 18-inch, and we had them skin them with BF Goodrich KO2s. I believe in a 33-inch. I don't remember what size they were. Here, let's zoom in and find out. In the shadow.
There we go. Load range E.
Load range E. Load range E for a heavier sidewall. For abrasion resistance is my thought. But it also makes for a stiffer ride. So that's something to think about. Do you want the abrasion resistance? Do you want a stiffer ride? Also, when you air down for off-road, it doesn't give you that cup around the obstacles as much.
Yeah.
That's something else to think about when you're purchasing tires. From the voice of a newbie that didn't know all that when he ordered the tires.
Really think about how you're going to use them.
Yep.
And I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable. Like the ride isn't uncomfortable.
When you air it up to the maximum,
the recommended,
yes, on the truck, it's quite rough.
Yeah.
And also they heat up quite a bit. We noticed on our trip out to Kansas that
on the highway
going out there, it put 10 more PSI in it just driving down the road from cold. So what I try to do is I try to air it down a little bit from recommended when we're just driving around. Makes it a little more comfortable ride. Doesn't harm anything. It's not like they're real low where you run on sidewalls.
So you do have to be careful. Like I was driving on the expressway one day and hit a bunch of potholes, and you can get going 60 miles an hour. You can get a lot of bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you try not to hit the potholes is the first thing I tell her. They're potholes to avoid, not targets.
Right, right. That was one of the things that visually made a huge impact on the
Yes.
way the truck looks.
Yep.
Like
The
when
lift and the tires.
yeah, when we did those, we're like, oh wow, we really like the way that looks.
Yep.
And so, you know, it's of course it's not all about looks, but we want it to look good.
Yes.
Like we're
Yes.
investing in this vehicle, we want it to look good too. So when we bought the truck, it didn't have any running boards at all. And I was able to get in it without the leveling kit on it. Even with the leveling kit, I can get in it, but it's kind of a little bit of a hop to get in it. So we knew we wanted to get
Hop,
running
skip, and a
boards.
jump, actually.
So we knew we wanted to get running. Hey, I don't need a step stool to get in there. So we wanted to get running boards right away. We decided to get these. These are Heknbak, they're from Heknbak Off-Road. And I don't remember H2, I think. I'll have to put that on the screen, what the actual name of them are. And what we've realized, if you take a close look at them, Tim can kind of zoom in on them here.
We did some aerodynamic modifications to them.
So we have, they are stainless, right?
Yes.
Okay, powder coated stainless. And we got a little bit extra off-roady with some obstacles and, you know, kind of dented them up, scraped them up a little bit, bent the steps on both sides. So this one and the driver's side, the front one.
You can tell, nice adjustment there.
Yeah.
I call it aerodynamic modification.
So I think if we were to replace these, they weren't super expensive as far as running boards go. I'm thinking maybe 600. Again, I'll check that, which we didn't think was super expensive for running boards. With the step down, makes it much easier for me to get in and out of the truck. This is what I drive on a daily basis, so it just makes it a lot more convenient for me. I'm about 5'2". 5'3" if I don't slouch. So having the steps really helps. But if we were to replace them, we wouldn't get the drop-down steps. I think we both kind of agreed. We decided.
We have to get something different because steps are nice. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. So we like them. We thought they were good. Mm-hmm.
They were easy to put on, both right to the factory mounts
you
in the bed.
Drill any other holes or anything.
The bed cover is a Retrax XR. And it paired up with the Voodoo Max Modular rack nicely. It's all made to go together, slides right in the grooves. Putting the rack together, I'm pretty sure Gina learned some new language from me. It did not go together very well. It had slide in like T-nuts that slid in the slots and the bolts bolted into it. They did not slide in well.
And maybe there's a trick.
There could be a trick.
If somebody knows.
It could be a steel to aluminum thing, but they did not want to slide in very well. It worked great. Worked great with the rooftop tent.
So it comes with different length.
It doesn't come right.
Different lengths.
You can get different, like 3 different. I think this is the shortest. There's one a little bit longer, and then there's one quite high.
Right.
We got this one because it worked out almost perfectly to put the rooftop tent on it, and the rooftop tent leveled out with the top of the cab. So aerodynamics was perfect. Well, darn near perfect. But the downside, you can't reach into the bed of the truck with the rack, especially when the rooftop tent was on it. So those are all not Voodoo's fault.
No.
The Voodoo rack was great, except for the difficulty that I had in sliding the steel T-nuts through this track which that could have been installer deficiency, but it has worked great. The roll top is good.
Because that was probably the priciest thing.
Yeah, I believe that was.
Tires and wheels.
I believe that was. The roll top is good. It is really nice, secure. You know, I don't know if it's it or if it's just because we don't have a bed liner, a spray-in liner or anything. The bed gets really dusty on dirt roads. That's one downside.
So it doesn't keep all the dust
Right,
out.
and that could be because we don't have
Any kind of liner.
any kind of liner in it, and there's drain holes and stuff in the bed.
Yeah.
But as far as it, you know, it's good. Our kids got one just like it and put it on their truck.
The only downside to the combo of the bed cover and the rack, you have to tie a rope because
You can't,
get
yep.
your arm.
Yep.
Like
Oh,
through.
don't look at this. Don't look at this. This is coming up. Yeah, so we had to tie a string on it so we could pull it back when we open it. But it, you know, there's negatives to a lot of things that you got to work around.
Yep. We got the Bunker Industry Bunker Industry
Traction boards.
traction boards. We've never used them. I don't think we've ever taken them off of here
Nope.
since we put it on. You've got them secured where you'd have to have a tool to get them off, and the tool is in with the tire repair. So we have the tool here, but so again,
Mainly because
I drive
it's a
it,
daily driver.
Yeah, so that it can't be stolen. They can't be stolen. But we're not the kind of people that intentionally get stuck
Right.
just to use our gear. I mean, we
Or-
try
or
to
push
avoid
it to the point where we
getting
could.
stuck.
I want to use the gear to help somebody more than help myself.
To help yourself. You don't want to be the one stuck. Yeah. So, I mean, we've been in a few situations where we thought, uh-oh, but then you were always able to get us out just by maneuvering and stuff like that. So, the We Boost, I think we could take it or leave it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
We've had one situation where we felt like it helped when we were in Wyoming. So we were in the middle of nowhere in the forest in Wyoming. And again, the We Boost won't work if you don't have a signal at all.
it can't boost no signal.
Right. And we were in a situation where we could not call out, but turning the We Boost on, we were able to send a text message.
Not that we were in an emergency,
No,
just to let
our
family
kids,
know where we were
yeah, to confirm where we were and everything. We always try to let people know ahead of time where we're going to be, what our plans are. But just to like confirm where we were and that we were going to be out of contact for a day or two. And we were able to send that text message. You could probably do the same thing though with like a Garmin InReach or something.
I mean, there's
something
other ones like that
yeah.
you know, new ones that you can actually use to text and stuff.
And
One problem we had with it, you know, I don't know if it's because it got batted a few times in the woods or whatever, but I thought that's what the spring was for. But the shaft here, where it goes, kind of splits, it came on whatever. Adhered, however, I had to tape it.
So, but that works. Yeah. That's working again.
No, you got a lot of choice when you're on the trail. Is a Badlands 12,000 pound winch on a rough country hidden winch mount. So that was another thing that, you know, I sourced out help to put that on. It was rather easy. It took 2-3 hours. Not much specialty tools. Although there was one part that needed a plasma cutter to cut a little bit of frame away. You can't even really see it.
So it wasn't difficult where somebody with experience and knowledge Like
Yeah,
you
I
said,
mean,
you had as part of the frame.
yeah, the instructions were good. You know, you can get online on the on Rough Country and print out the instructions for it nicely and look at it. I also added different tow hooks. I took the factory ones off and put these, and put some moose knuckle jowls on, split jowls, split clevises. I just thought they were kind of cool.
You just like the look of them.
Yep,
That's
they're
Heknbak's
neat.
jewelry.
And yep, Heknbak's bling. We usually don't do too much nighttime driving. Usually try and get into camp or wherever we're at. But you know, you never know. We did use them on our trip when we were down at southern Indiana. Where was the ferry? What was the ferry?
Oh, Cave and Rock.
Oh, at Cave and Rock. We went down to another overlook the Ohio and throw Gina's phone in the Ohio. So we got back after dark, and they were nice to turn on to drive down the roads. But always remember, they are not for street driving. You keep those lights off, keep the light bars off when you're driving on the roads. You blind the other people that are coming at you with those high intensity lights.
Our best, most favorite upgrade probably, most useful, we use the most. It has improved our quality of life while we're traveling, is the Iceco refrigerator. Whoa. So we are very happy to have the fridge, and we sprung for the slide out tray, which is pricey. It's like what, almost 300 for the tray.
I just hit buy it.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't look at the prices. I just deal with the consequences when the bill comes or when the receipt hits the bank account, and then I get yelled at.
So we do have to open the bed cover in order to get in that one side. Like if we're just stopped somewhere quick, I can usually get in the front side here without opening it.
Got the insulated jacket for it. Keep it warm. I mean, keep it cool. Keep the warmth up. Whatever. Dual zone, dual compartment. I usually keep my beer in here. You know.
That's true. And you've got it set up so you can run it off of, the truck runs it when we're driving.
Plug it into the 12 volt plug that I put in down here. 12 volt plug with a USB. I'm sorry if you can't see that. I can't see the screen on this. And then when we are in a campsite, if it's got electric, I can plug it into here. I'll show you the other end of this. Or we set it the anchor power station in the bed of the truck and plug into that at night if we need to. That right there, no, it is not a chemo port for Heknbak. That's a power port. You can plug that in to if you got shore power at a campsite, and then you'll have 110 in the bed right here. The 12 volt is run up to the switch panel up front to control it. We can turn it on and off as we need to. Mm-hmm. The anchor has a charging port in the back seat. We can plug it in and charge it off the truck too.
Yeah.
Nice control to have is an aux beam 8 switch panel. All it is just that panel. A cable goes to a relay box under the hood. You tie into your battery, and you got 8 contact points to hook wires to for lights. For like I have the port in the back for the fridge on one. I got the anchors on one. The relay for the winch is on one. There's a 500 amp relay under the hood for that. The aux beam pillar lights that really come in handy driving down those dark roads. Heknbak's been a real good rig.
Okay, so
Has not let us down once.
one last thing that we've added, just for convenience. So we have a bag. What is the recovery gear that you sprung for? That was like a present for yourself.
No, it was for you, for your peace of mind.
Okay, what is it?
It is Yankum ropes. It has a Yankum kinetic rope. It has some winch gear in it. A winch line in there just for extra reach.
Okay.
If it comes down to it, we got another same 80 feet winch line is what's on the winch. And we just needed some way to put our box up higher so we could reach it.
So you built this stand.
Yep.
To go over. We got the box off of Amazon.
Yep.
Just a 3-compartment box. This first one is our snack box.
Yep.
That's where right now we've got some water and a grocery bag and stuff in there, Tylenol,
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's where we keep our snacks while we're driving, so we can just reach back and get them.
If anybody wants to see something really cute, go to our video on the Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail. We introduced our grand puppies, and our son and daughter-in-law said that Winston wanted to ride with us because he heard we have a snack box. That he wanted the snack box. So he was pouty the whole trip because, well, no, because he's not a camper, he's a glamper.
Mm-hmm. So in the middle we keep our 2-way radios, tire repair kit.
Drone.
The drone is in there, yeah, things like that. And then in the back one, we have our pump, and some other air compressor. There is a water filter in there.
First aid kit's in there somewhere.
Yep, first aid kit I think is in the middle. But so stuff, it's up above, other stuff that we might have. The power bank usually goes right here.
Yep, power bank goes there, right
My
behind the
camera
seat.
stuff goes right here. So I have a box
We got
similar to this.
Our hats in the back for when we're in the woods to keep ticks out of our hair.
Mm-hmm. And then on the other side, we just keep odds and ends like shoes, if we're going to be going, like while we're driving around. Shoes, coats, things like that. And this setup allows
maybe a cooler with more beer.
Yeah, to still have one back seat. So if we don't have the power bank.
We have to choose our friends wisely about who rides with us.
Only one at a time.
Yeah. Come on, hurry up, get over here.
Okay, I'm here. Okay, so that is all the upgrades we have done to the truck. The review of the ones we've had for a couple of years, and then the newer ones that we've added probably within the last year.
About a year.
Yeah, a few pricier ones. And I think, people always talk about you start traveling, you start overlanding, you start doing a lot of camping. Everybody wants to get all the gear. And for most of us, that's not realistic. That wasn't realistic for us.
Spread it out over time.
Yeah, so we focus.
Watch for specials.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a lot of stuff we would like to get or try.
Mm-hmm.
Just to
So if anybody out there, any companies want us to try something out, hit us up. We're willing.
Just to see how it works. We kind of got the stuff that was like the functionality of the
Mhm.
truck first.
Right.
To be able to drive the places we wanted to drive.
And we weren't getting the expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Buying stuff off Amazon.
And then a lot of the stuff we've gotten within the last year is more comfort.
Mm-hmm.
The power bank, the refrigerator.
Those are all nearly, kind of a necessity when you're out for a length of time.
Yeah. I mean, but we've lived without them.
Right.
Right.
You just gotta stop and buy
Yeah.
ice a lot.
Making things more convenient. So putting, finding that was the perfect size. We'll have to see if we can link that, what that was. The box with the 3.
Oh.
Yeah, because
It's on
that's
Amazon.
the perfect size
Yep,
for
just on
the Ford,
Amazon.
for the back seat of the Ford. Fits perfectly between the seat and the console. So like things like that. So you don't have to do it all at once.
No.
Yeah. But if anybody has questions about anything we didn't cover with any of
Please
the gear,
ask.
yeah, feel free to let us know. We know we're kind of rambly here.
Yeah.
So if there was something we missed or that you have more questions about, feel free to leave us a comment and we will answer as quickly as possible. Okay.
See you later.
Are you ready to go cut up some concrete?
Can't we talk to them for a little bit longer? Yeah, I guess so.
No, we have to get to work now.
Bye, everybody.